Hello friends, in this video we will try to discuss one of the Python interview question in a concept of list comprehension. So in this particular concept we are going to see one of the important question. So what is list comprehension means? It's a concise way of creating a list from the existing list. Okay, so it means to say the process of providing condition or filtering out in such a way which we don't require for the input list from the output. So we will try to see into the practical. Right now we are in IntelliJ IDE. So the topic is list comprehension. So topic, so the definition is a concise way of creating a list from the existing list. In short, we are creating a list from the existing list, which we can speak about. Now we will try to see one or two different examples how we are going to achieve it. So let's try to take two different lists. Let's say list 1 is equal to 1, 2, 3, 4. Now let's try to take list 2 values. So here let's try to take 3 comma 4 comma 5 comma 6. So we do have two different lists. Now our interest is to create a new list based on the existing list. Creating new list based on existing list. It means to say elements which are present in list 1 but not in list 2. Okay, so whatever may be the elements which are present in list 1, those which are not present in list 2 we are going to fetch using the condition. Okay, so we are creating the another list called list 3, and let's try to create for, let's say, x for x in list 1 if x not in list 2. Now let's try to print list 3. Okay, so what we are trying to do here, x for x in list 1 if x not in list 2. So we are checking the elements from the list 1. At the same way we are checking the same x which is not available in the list 2, and we are printing it. Let's try to see. So 1 2 3 4 exist in the list 1 and 3 4 5 6 is exist in the list 2. So present in list 1 not present in list 2 means, see, 1 2. Okay, let's try to run and see. See, 1 and 2 because 3 and 4 exist in the list 2. That's where basically only 1 and 2 is the present in list 1. That's fine. Now let's try to have a look on scenario 2. Creating new list based on existing list. Now let's say elements which are present in list 2 but not in list 1. Okay, now we will check the vice versa. Now we are planning to see the elements which are present in list 2, those which are not present in list 1. We are interested to fetch those elements. Now let's try to take list 4 equal to, let's say, x for x in list 2 if x not in list 1. Now let's try to print list 4. Okay, so what this is going to do, this is going to check all the elements in the list 2 and the same x value which is not available in the list 1. Means we do have, now let's try to run and see. This is going to fetch 5 and 6. See, because 3 and 4 is already exist. What we don't have, only 5 and 6. Okay, so we have seen two different scenarios. Okay, now we will try to see what is exist in both the list. It's a third scenario. Creating new list based on existing list. So elements which are present in both the lists. Okay, now let's try to create new list. Now x for x in list 1 if x in list 2. Now let's try to print list 5. Now what we are trying to do, we are checking the list 1 all the values, and the same values are we are trying to check in the list 2 as well. So what is exist in both the list common? 3 and 4. So now the expected outcome is 3 and 4. See, 3 and 4 is the common elements between both the lists. So that's what we found it. So this is one example which we can able to see. Now let's try to see another kind of example. Okay, for time being, let's try to comment it. So we are going to check different in the list compression. Another way we will try to see. So example 2, let's say, let me try to declare few different fruits. Let's say apple. Now let's say banana. Now let's say cherry. Let's say kiwi, and let's say mango. Okay, now I am interested to see, okay, what are, based on the specific condition, I am going to list the matched, I mean the word or the element which is exist under the fruits. Okay, so we will try to fetch based on the specific word matches whether those particular fruits are exist or not. Okay, so for that, first we will try to create new list. Now for x in fruits, and then if a in x, then I am planning to do append of x. Okay, now let's try to print new list. Okay, so what I am trying to do, I am trying to access all the elements in the all the fruits in the under fruits variable, and I am checking in those fruits it matches anything matches letter A. I am trying to append to the new list and I am printing those. Now let's try to see whether this is going to giving the exact result or not. Yes. Yeah, if we try to see apple, banana, mango, apple, banana, mango, if we try to see, we don't see the letter A matches in these two different fruits, hence it is not returned. For cross checking purpose, let's try to take um, let's say K for example. In this case, it should list wherever starts from K. Only kiwi is available. Let's try to take Y. Let's try to run. Only cherry is exist, and none of the other place the fruits contains letter Y. So that's where it's not written. Okay. So this is an another example that we're gonna say. Okay. So now let's try to uncomment it. So these are the two different examples as part of list comprehension, which we can able to access or create a new list based on the existing list. I hope this is understandable. If you really like this, please do subscribe, like it and share it, and please do the comment.